The rain's gonna get to it. All right, let's clip it. So, let's see if it's still recording. Still recording. We're good. All right. So, I want to welcome y'all to my YouTube channel. I hope y'all can hear me good. The rain might get me, so I might have to cut it short, but I'm gonna just let it play. Yeah. So welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Aldo Martinez. If you're coming here to this video, if you're watching, you're probably either my friend, part of my family, you see me on TikTok, or you see me on Instagram. And those first two are most likely what's going on. But if you are random and you've never met me before, I welcome you, and I would love for you to be here and interact. And I thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the video and all that. So yeah, back to it. I am 20 years old. I just turned 20 last December, and for reference, it's May right now. So May 2025. All right. I turned 20 in December, and I graduated in 2023. Graduated high school in 2023. Class of 2023. I've been pretty much chilling for the meanwhile, and I've been in college. I go to Savannah College of Art and Design down here in Atlanta campus. So maybe you even see me there. Maybe that's why you're looking out here and you think I'm a little familiar. Maybe you see me there, but I don't know. I'm not really there too much. I'm not really like on campus a lot, but yeah. I do fashion design. That's what I go there for. I have a pretty interesting relationship with fashion. I felt like it started, I don't even know when it started, but I really think it became pivotal and it became a really big thing in 9th grade of high school, or obviously, but it became pivotal in high school, and I was very into it. I was more so just trying to figure out what I wanted to wear. I wanted to kind of stand out a little bit. I started off liking completely different things than I like now, and I used to wear like whatever, but I always cared about what I wore, you know what I mean? So even if it wasn't the most fashionable items, like designer or popular things, it was me, and it was by my own choice, you know? So whatever I was wearing was on me. And it like, sorry, there's a car. I thought they were pulling in, driving mad slow. Mad suspicious. Oh, it's the neighbors. Okay, anyway. All right. Yeah, so I got really deep into fashion kinda because of, I guess, TikTok, but for the most part, like, the influence was always there. If you could ask my mother, like, throughout my childhood, every time she would like try and dress me, like, I would never want her to, or I would always either take off what she put me in, and I would style my hair like a mohawk. I would like to look cool. I remember when I was a little kid, I used to want a jacket, a leather jacket that had epaulets on the shoulders, and I didn't know what they were called, so I just thought they were like called shoulder things or shoulder buckles, whatever. I just remember so vividly that I wanted one of those, and that I could never really get one because I could never even find one in the store. So that's kind of like how I still think to this day, you know. And then same thing. I wanted a hoodie that was a zip-up hoodie, but I wanted it sleeveless. And I had an aunt who was wearing one, and she was a woman, obviously. And we went out, and she was wearing one, and I was like, bro, I want one of those so bad. And I was like, why can't I ever find one for me? You know what I'm saying? So that was there, but that always kind of stuck with me, you know. Like, that wasn't really like a big thing in the moment or like throughout my life, but I still remember that to this day, and that's how big it was. So I really feel like it might sound dumb, it might sound like a little bit, you know, like I'm putting too much deep into thought in something that's a simple thing, but it really feels like I really don't find what I like because I like something that's so specific to me, or I have an idea, and if it's not perfect to that idea in my head, I'm never gonna want it, you know? Like, I remember I was asking for a gift and I wanted this 1972 L2B bomber jacket, and I didn't even want to ask for it as a gift because I didn't want anybody to buy it for me because I knew that they weren't gonna get it right, right? And then I remember not, and I didn't end up getting it. I didn't end up getting gifted to me because the person I asked to get it for me was my grandmother, and she told me no, it's too dirty, it's ugly, and it's old. But that's what I like, you know what I mean? So it was like, but so she didn't buy that for me, obviously, and I was just like, all right, because I wanted that one specifically. So she, even if she bought me anything, I would appreciate it, whatever. But like when it came to that, I would not want it. I would not wear it. If it was an H&M green bomber jacket, I would not wear that, you know, because I wanted that specific bomber jacket, you know. Long story short, I feel like that's what kind of gives me my roots into trying to be a designer, because I want to make things that I don't really see everywhere because I want that for me. You know, the things that I want for me, like I think my taste is pretty all right, okay? I think my personal style, personal taste is pretty cool, all right? It's not for everybody, I understand that. So, but for the people it is for, that's what I'm gonna make for, you know? That's people who are gonna buy the stuff. That's my audience, that's my customer base, you know what I'm saying? So that's my clientele, I should say. So that's who I'm gonna design for, and I'm designing for me with the intent of selling to other people. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what I'm trying to do. So that's a backstory on my passion. The reason I'm doing this, the reason I'm doing this YouTube and TikTok is because I've had such an affinity and love for YouTube videos and YouTubers and TikTokers and people who really put themselves out there and people who really just don't care and they're not shy on camera and they're truly themselves, and that helps them shine through the crowd, through everybody, and they become successful that way. And then they can have that as their foundation for whatever they strive into, right? They can become a designer, they could become an actor, they could become a director, they could become a writer, they could become an author, they could do whatever they want, you know? But that is their foundation because they already have eyes on them, because they're truly themselves, and people know what they're about, and they tune in because they like who they see, you know? So that's what I really want to do, okay? So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm making videos. That's why I want to make videos. That's why I want to be successful off this. It's not for an ego thing. It's not for a, pride thing. It's for a, it's for like the passion that I've always had in me that I never really thought I was meant for. You know, I would watch YouTubers like Cash K. I don't know if you know who that is. You probably do. He's pretty successful now. I would watch YouTubers like Who is Jacob. I would watch YouTubers like, there's a fly around me. I would watch YouTubers like, who else? Dang, bro, I can't think of him right now. Like I would watch vlogs all the time. Oh, Baylen Levine. Okay, yeah, Baylen Levine. He's really cool. He's not what I do. I would never do what he does, but the fact that he's himself and that he doesn't care, and now he's super successful from it. Like, bro, how is that? That's so admirable, and that's so inspiring to me. Like, it's like he really just believed in himself so much to the point where nobody could deny but to believe in him as well. And that's what I'm like, that's what I want to do. Enough self-talk, enough, trying to convince you to like me. I'm not really trying to do that. But I'm just trying to explain where my heart is at and where my head is at, okay? I want to get something really straight, okay? I'm in fashion. I love clothing. I love designing, but my heart is with Jesus Christ, okay? I need that to be known, because if you don't agree with that, then I don't want to mislead you into liking somebody and then getting angry when I start talking about my faith, okay? I would love for you to stay because of that reason, and I would love for you to stay despite of that reason, whether you agree or you have a different belief or whatever. I want you to know that, because that's where my heart is at, and that's never not gonna leave my mouth. His name is never gonna not leave my mouth, okay? He's never gonna not be brought up, because this whole thing that I have, everything that I'm blessed with, is because of him, and I know that. And I've been raised with that. But yes, I've been raised with that since a child, but I have made my own decision to continue that, okay? So many people can be raised in the church, raised in faith, and then when it becomes their time to decide whether they want to stick with it or whether they don't want to stick with it, that's their decision. I've made my decision. I am here because he put me here, and I am here to serve him. Okay? I'm doing my own thing, and I'm doing things for my success, and I'm doing things for my future, right? But that future is only possible if I put my faith in him. You understand? So that's where my heart is at. So I need y'all to know that, because, that's where my viewers are gonna be at, and I hope that, I can teach y'all some ways. I'm not a teacher for in any means, by any means, but I am a follower, and I am somebody who is very open to it. Open to talking about. Always, I'm free to talk about it. If somebody asks me a question, if I don't have it, like, I want to do whatever I can to figure out the answer so I can get back to them. You know, so that's where my heart is at, and that's where my heart posture is at. All right, so that's why I need y'all to know, because that's a big core thing in me. You know, so it's fashion. It's God. It's personal style. It's love. It's positivity. Those are the things I really believe in. It's a rainy, gloomy day, but it's still beautiful outside right now. This is His creation here. This is where I'm at. I'm gonna flip the camera and I'm gonna show y'all, and I'm gonna cut to it, because this is just, it's beautiful. It's gloomy, but it's beautiful. So yeah. In terms of content and in terms of what I want to be posting, like, I really love the thought of making things that look very cinematic, things that look very intentional, and everything is intentional and everything is very well thought out and placed. I love things that catch your eye, and I love things with substance, but not in terms of me speaking to the camera or just vlogging, like doing a fun activity, but more so like everyday things, and literally everything around me is substance, and is enough substance for entertainment and for you to appreciate, because I appreciate things like that. So it's gonna be more. I just want to see how far I can take it artistically, and I want to see how far I can take it, like, passionately. Like, I just want to be very intentional with what I do. So it's gonna be, I do like fashion videos on my TikTok. I do like just recording myself. I guess when I'm feeling confident, I record myself on TikTok. So you're gonna see stuff like that on there. But on here, you're gonna see more stuff like me recording the environment I'm in, me appreciating, me talking to the camera just like this in different places, giving different thoughts in my head, giving different insights, and talking about things I'm interested in. I probably will do like clothing pickups, because I love purchasing clothing in terms of building a wardrobe. I'm really trying to rebuild right now, and I think I'm really good and really close to the finish of the rebuild. And I really think I like showing what I have to give inspiration from other people, because that's something that's really big with me. Like, I really like seeing what other people got to point me in a direction that I never knew I could have even got in. You know what I'm saying? Like, get introduced to brands that I've never known of, or get introduced to things or styles that I haven't seen yet, or haven't thought that would look good on me, but I see it on somebody who looks just like me and they're rocking it. Why can't I rock it too? So I'm gonna do stuff like that, because I want to be that for other people. I'm gonna do, I'm obviously gonna do vlogs when it comes to, like, if I have a fun activity going on. I love hanging out with my friends. I truly, truly value my friendship with my friends, and I truly, truly value the core beliefs in our friend group, and the things that we talk about, and the ways that we hang out, and the ways that we laugh together, think together, and talk together. So that's what I'm gonna vlog. If they're comfortable, by all means. And then I love doing stuff with, I love cooking, so I could probably do some cooking videos, or just cooking sections of videos showing off how I make food and how I like to eat. I could do some stuff. I will do stuff like parking in my car and talking like that. That's another environment that I can be in. I will do stuff like my thought process when it comes to designing a piece. I will do thought process when it comes to building my brand up. For another recommendation, my brand is called Effens, or Efons, or whatever you want to pronounce it. EPHENTS. Okay, it might sound like what's on my hoodie right now, but it's different. I promise. This is a different brand. This is not mine. Okay, I have my middle name is Steven, STEPHEN, and Effens is kind of like a gym, like a scramble of words. a scramble of letters for Stephen, and it kind of, the meaning behind it is uh, taking a regular thing like the name Stephen and transforming it and switching it into something elegant and fashionable like Effins. You know, when you hear that, you hear something different. You hear, I hear luxury, I hear style, I hear fancy, I hear stylish. You know, I hear couture. You know, like I hear that influence in the word. You know, so, and it just came from a simple middle name that I was given at birth, and that's where it comes from. So I take mundane pieces like swim trunks and changing them into something like very different, and it's still, the core value is still there, but the outside look is completely different than what you think swim trunks could be. I'm not saying I would design swim trunks, but that's like the basis, you know? So like that's what Effins is. I was gonna make a separate video explaining, but I would rather just say it here. You know, so what did we just go over? We went over who I am. We went over what I believe in, my thoughts and my beliefs. We went over what I'm gonna post, and we went over my brand. That kind of covers all the bases. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoy. You know, I hope y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna post this as my first video, just as an introduction, because it's like I've been holding off on making a video because I wanted to make something so perfect. I wanted to make something like exactly like my vision. But then if I'm doing that, I'm never gonna like just put something out, and I'm never gonna start. So I'm just gonna post this as a start, you know? So this is gonna be kind of the style of videos that I'm doing, but there's gonna be a lot more content in it. It's gonna be a lot more cuts and scenes that I like to put in. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. And so this is the intro. This is the intro to me. My name is Aldo Martinez. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my view. Welcome to the way I think, the way I feel, and who I am as a person. And I hope y'all really like what you see. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you stick around. Thank you.